many municipalities are in the process of annual valuations right now. Now, in the latest Commercial Property Insights note, FNB Property sector strategist John Loos says that property rates and utility tariff hikes matter far more now than a decade ago or more ago because we are currently in a slower economy and property rental market. Well, in the context of that 1.3% contraction of the economy announced by Stats SA yesterday, Mr. Loos says that this adds to the expectation of a slower commercial property year. So what's next? Mr. Loos joins us now via Zoom. A very good morning to you and thanks for making the time to speak to us.
Good morning, Desiree.
So this note is timely as the GDP numbers came in yesterday indicating that the economy has contracted. And yet municipalities are rolling full steam ahead with valuations that will lead to property rate increases. Why is this not a consideration for government?
Well, I think it should be. Unfortunately, it's often the case. It's typical sort of, I guess, economics 101 theory is that, local governments are in something of a monopolistic position in the short term, at least, in the sense that you have to pay the rates. You can't really avoid it. You can ultimately avoid it by moving municipalities to someone with, to somewhere with a better deal, which some are doing. But that's a costly process. So they've got a, could you call it a captive market, I guess? You're in a place, you're paying rates, and you've got to be there because that's where your job is as an individual. That's where your business premises is as a business. And so you pay. It's not a competitive model. Competitive models, as you see in the private sector, often work against being able to increase your whatever your charges are by that amount.
Yeah, just responding to what you're saying that people have the option to move, but that is a costly and impractical solution. Are there no other solutions?
It doesn't seem so at the moment. If one looks at since about 2008, a lot of the time because municipalities' own financial situations were deteriorating, one has seen as a percentage of gross income on commercial properties, you've seen municipal rates and other utilities tariffs, non-electricity utilities tariffs rise from about somewhere near 5% of total property income to 10% or over 10% of property income, while electricity tariffs have also risen from somewhere about 6% of property income in 2008 to by 2021 12%. So they've virtually doubled their share of property income that they take. And there are some alternative solutions coming, but as you say, they're costly ones. In the electricity space, we know that as electricity costs rise, and due to reliability issues too, there are alternative electricity solutions which themselves are quite costly too, but are proliferating. On the municipal rates situation, it's tougher, but what one is seeing is heightened semigration, what we talk about, individuals who are moving to often better run councils or regions, the Western Cape being a popular one in recent years, and some businesses as well making those decisions too, based on the rates bill that they're charged, plus the services delivery level that they're likely to get. But as you say, that's the only real solution, and that's potential solution, and that's a very costly one to relocate.
Yeah. So that announcement yesterday of the 1.3% contraction of the economy, property owners, what sort of legal options can they look at just in terms of having negotiations with municipalities, especially on the commercial side, as you say, about how affordability going forward?
I'm not sure what legal considerations there can be about rates bills at the moment. There's certainly SAPOA, the South African Property Owners Association, are engaging with government, and they're probably better qualified to talk about what progress they've made or not. But what I think the hope in the longer run is that what you see in the United States between states, you've got different laws, different economic policies. And you see quite a bit of competition I've read in recent years certain businesses relocating from California to Texas, for instance, because it's a more business-friendly environment for them. That's ultimately, in the longer term, I think what you want to create is competition amongst municipalities where there is this looking for a better rates versus services deal. Some municipalities maybe in future might even give a guarantee of such a better deal. And so you compete for business and for ratepayers alike. And that competitive pressure, I think, is ultimately the longer term solution to a better rates versus services deal. But we're not there yet on a large scale.
I think you hit it right on the nail there, better rates versus services, because that's the big outcry of South African communities at the moment, that they continue having to pay, and now the rates are going up, and yet the services are not commensurate. Thank you so much for your time this morning. John Loos is with the property market side at FNB.